It's time for Gamesthetic Game of the Week. All right, boys, listen. I need you to just indulge me for one moment, okay? This is one of those games that we all have where it's on the chamber, that it's going to come out eventually. So I just need you guys to just put your heads down in disappointment and let me ramble for like a minute, because this is going to be the fastest Gamesthetic Game of the Week we've ever had. Because
Is it Hello Kitty Island Dream?
no, that would be like a 20-minute conversation. All right, so no.
Have you actually played that?
No, but Christina has been bugging the crap out of me. She wants it so bad on the Switch. I need to buy it for her since they have the physical release. But no, for Gamestead Game of the Week, this is going to be the fastest Gamestead Game of the Week we've ever done.
Is it Mass Effect?
Because it's one that does not need to be talked about in great detail for a long list of reasons. So here on this upcoming Monday, or by the time this clip is up, this past Monday, there's a very special video game birthday. It also happens to be my birthday. So I'm going to shout out one of my biggest guilty pleasure games out there, which is also one of the worst video games ever created, and that is Sonic 06. So not a lot needs to be said about this game. This game is a dumpster fire, but it's my guilty pleasure. I genuinely really enjoy this game, even though it is a dumpster fire. Here are a few things. One, you should play this game just to see how bad it is. It is one of those games. It's not unplayable, but it's bad. You should play it just to see how bad it is. It has its own fun to it because of how bad it is. Two, Shadow and Silver's story is honestly really good. I will stand on that. This is one of the best Shadow depictions in the Sonic gaming world. And Silver, his original canon introduction that got retconned because this game is so bad. His story, the way they intertwine, is a lot of fun. Sonic's story is a dumpster fire. Up front, Princess Elise is my most hated video game character ever created, in the sense of you shouldn't exist.
This is the one where he falls in love with a human, right?
Yes, that's okay. Princess Elise. My most hated video game character ever, in terms of a character that shouldn't exist, right? Like, you know, my most hated game character ever that's just a great character is Micah Bell, but he's a great character. Elise should not exist. That is Sonic story is a dumpster fire. But look, Shadow and Silver's is a lot of fun. Play it for just them alone. Their story is great. The performance by Jason Griffith for Shadow is incredible. And three, the music in this game is honestly really good. The level design, even though the gameplay is wonky, you'll fly off the cliff at times, the levels are actually really cool. And it's further shown in like PO6, right, where the game's fixed. But don't just go jump to PO6. You got to play Sonic 06. You got to play the OG and see how bad this game is for yourself.
Wait, PO6 got finished?
Yeah, he's done. He's done because he's not doing any story stuff. He just did level stuff and he's done. Yeah, he openly said he's not doing open world. He's not touching story stuff. It's just play the levels.
Okay.
Yeah. So play the original 06 because you do need to see how bad it is just for your own. It's not one of those unplayables, but it is bad enough. Like, oh yeah, I'm just curious. I'm curious how bad this is. But yeah, Sonic 06 Gamestead Game of the Week. It's been on my docket for a while just because it is my guilty pleasure. And like I said, Sonic's birthday is on Monday, and it happens also to be my birthday. So I wanted to shout the guilty pleasure game. So Gamestead Game of the Week, one of the worst video games ever created, Sonic 06, the game that set Sonic back almost a decade.
That's debatable, saying it's the worst game ever created?
One of. Yeah, it's one of the worst games ever created. Almost killed Sonic as a property. Sonic was damaged for about a decade because of this damn game, but it's still my guilty pleasure.